Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Hope your October has started off splendidly. Welcome back to my channel, or hi if you're new to watching any of my videos. I just wanted to do a quick October budget breakdown for 2025. This is my birthday month, which means there will be a lot of spending. I also hope that there will be a lot of savings, and anyway. I've been thinking a lot, and I'm trying to figure out some things, especially for 2026. So if you don't know anything about me, I'm a single mom. I have two girls. One is 13, one is 19. The 19-year-old is in college, and the 13-year-old is in grade 8, which means she's going to be graduating next year. And so I work from home, and I am in a job transition where my company is moving. My department is moving to another company, and so anyway, it's a whole thing. I just wanted to do a run through of my budget. So I'm just going to start with the calendar. And as you can see here, I didn't even put the amount. But most of my bills are due in the first part of the month. So my rent is, $1,869.62. I live in a very high cost area, although my rent is pretty low for what you could get for a 2-bedroom at this point. And then my phone has already been paid. I have Google, what is this? OneDrive. I keep forgetting what it's for. And my hydro has been paid. I have some debt here that I haven't paid yet because they're due on the 10th, but I've already paid for October, and so I need to wait for the November payment. So what I've decided to do with my debt is just pay the minimum balances for now, because I've been trying to aggressively save up. I was having a conversation the other night with my partner, and he was saying that he wanted to target saving goal of $30K for 2026. And I was like, oh wow. I was thinking more like 20K, because I did earlier this year I did the 10K box from January to April. I finished it in April. I was very excited, very relieved. So far this year I've already saved about 20K plus. So I guess I could maybe get to the 30. But I've been very consistent with my budgeting and making sure that I don't go over budget on my groceries, my gas, my laundry. And because I work from home, gas isn't usually a problem for me. Most times I don't even fill up my car. Last month in September, I only filled up my car once, and that was $57. I drive an SUV. It's fairly new. It's a 2021 car. So my miles are only about 45K, and I do maintenance, very often on that. But anyway, I'm going all over the place. Here it is. So my car payment is on the 12th. My daughter's hair appointment is on the 12th as well. This hair appointment is going to be very expensive because I am locking her hair. I have locked hair as well, and I did it last December, and I found that it's very helpful in not having to figure out what my hairstyle is going to be. Even though I work from home, I still can't just get up and just sit in front of my computer with rags on my head. So after spending thousands of dollars on wigs and braiding my hair and all of these things, I've stuck with the locking of my hair. And so, I've been on a schedule to retie my hair every 6 weeks since December, and it's been great. Don't have to think about it. I just had an appointment in September, so I don't have to worry about that in October. But as you can see here, I will be in Montreal, and I'm planning to go to the spa. I'm going to be staying at a very beautiful hotel, Marriott. It's under the Bonvoy bandwagon. So it's one of the autograph collections. If anybody knows, then you know. And then on the 25th, I have my car maintenance, which is oil change. And I'm going to be changing my tires over to my winter tires since winter is going to be coming soon. It's already getting colder, but I'm really excited about my trip to Montreal because I've never been. I've lived in Canada for over 30 years. I've never been there. And so I'm very excited. Okay. And of course, Google One for storage, $4.51. And this here, where you see the CCB, that is the Canadian, no, Canadian child tax benefit. Why can't I remember what it is? That I get for my 13-year-old for now, because once she gets to 19, I think, or 18, they stop giving that to me, and it is what it is. But usually what I do with it is I would, as you can see here, I put it on the side. I have an RESP trade account open with Wealthsimple that I've been putting money in recently. Like, I was very focused on just saving up my 10,000 and saving for my annual fees, car insurance, renters, etc. And I just paid my car insurance in September. It was $2,683, which is not too bad. Last year they raised it like an extra 400 or something, or 200 more. This year was only about 40 something dollars they raised it. Anyway, and then I put like 43, the rest in her bank account, just so that when she gets to a certain age, when I hand her that bank card, she'll have something in it. And this is my paycheck automations that I do. I have a Wealthsimple checking account, and there are 8 checking accounts, right? And so what I do is I name them according to what is going to be coming out of them. So the DRCH is my deposit, so my pay, rent, car, and hydro. And then I put specifically $1,191.20 every paycheck. That stays in that account. And then for my bills, automatically $90 goes into my bills, because my bills equal $179, about that. So I just divide it and take it per paycheck, $90. Miscellaneous, I used to take $125, but I realized that's not enough. And because the year is ending, CPP, which is the Canada Pension Plan, is supposed to be ending, but I feel like this year it's taking forever and it's driving me nuts. But I need that extra money so that I can save it. Excuse me. And so miscellaneous, I've upped it to 200 only because October, November, December will be very expensive. And GGL just means grocery, gas, and laundry. So we have a laundry room in my building, and you have to put money on a card and all of that stuff, and I just delegate like $30 per pay. Like, I put it aside. I don't put it on the card until I absolutely need it, because what I've been doing with the GGL account is I take out $200. I don't take it out. Sometimes I take out the full $490 and have it in my binder. I have this binder here that I've been using from Soul Mama. And so I would, write the groceries down. Sometimes I do have the money in here, but most of the time I just leave it in the account because it takes, a back and forth thing. So I allocate $200 per week to do groceries, and whatever is left over on the Thursday before the next week starts, I usually move that to savings. And dine out, this is recent. I just started putting money aside for dine out because it's going to be a busy next 3 months. Gas, most of this money ends up in savings because I only go to the gas station maybe once a month, if that. Laundry, I still have like $10. I still have $60 in gas, but I think because next payday is the 10th. I get paid on the 9th, but it's actually 10th because with Wealthsimple you get your pay sooner rather than later. And then I have this here called goals, where I would put all the extra money that I've saved that week, and then I would try and figure out where I'm going to put it. And Then I have my miscellaneous account. So as I was saying, so here, no, not there. Here you'll see I have, so right now, as I said, for debt, I'm just going to be paying the minimums because I want to see how much I can save up until the end of December. And then once I see that, then I can put some more money down on my debts. And then savings, that's just, I do have an account called savings, and usually I just park money there. And then when it becomes a solid number, I pull it out and I put it in a binder. And then I have a cash binder that I'm currently trying to save the 30K in. And then for dine out, I'm just going to give myself another $40. And I'm thinking, and obviously I'm trying to figure out, savings for next year, my TFSA and my RSP. But that's basically how I figure out what my paycheck is going to be. Now, this number is not the actual number. This is what I'm going to be using. There's going to be extra money on my pay, but I don't know how much. So I'm just going off of what I think it's going to be. Because as I said, we had EI and CPP coming out every paycheck, and now that's kind of gone down. So I'm not really sure of the balances at this point. So I'm just gonna go over here, and you can see my rent hasn't been paid yet. I pay by check. My phone bill has been paid. Something's going on with Bell Internet. I haven't been able to get on the app to make my payments. So I tried to do it yesterday. It wasn't allowing me. So I paid my hydro instead. And then, so the rest, so my bills and expenses, well, is it an expense? Bills is around $2,500 every month. And then for savings, I hope to save at least $800 per month. And for my debt, I'm only going to be spending about $70. And as for my trip to Montreal, I have a birthday account with $1,100 in it. And I'm hoping that I will come home with some money because my partner's birthday is in November, and so I'm taking him away as well. And for my car maintenance, I've only set aside $500. I have another birthday at the end of the month, and I'm thinking maybe $200 for the dinner. And I have a pedicure scheduled, $50, and a spa massage. I budgeted $300, but that $300 is going to be coming from the Montreal money because where am I going to get it from? Yeah, so all in all, that is my budget for October. Let me just put that back in there. So I know that, I don't know, you guys don't, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, I have a love-hate relationship with budget planners, and I've bought a couple of the Happy Planner ones. Unfortunately, because I live in Canada, it's hard to they don't really send them here. That's the problem. Like Michael's doesn't have them. If I want to purchase one, I have to buy it from the Happy Planner website. Then when it gets to the border, I have to pay like $50 just for them to give me this book, which means in Canadian dollars, it's not worth it. So what I've decided to do is just write everything down and hope that this is the solution for now, because over the year I've bought, I want to say like 6 budget planners, and I just end up hating all of them. But I'm hoping that next year, once I see what my new salary is going to be and I automate everything, then I won't need to really watch my account like I'm doing now. So hopefully I won't have an issue with, another budget planner, because even now, like I'm on YouTube, I'm watching people with their budget planners and I'm like, oh, that looks nice. But the problem with being in Canada and seeing someone from the US or UK or somewhere far away, when you go on Etsy and you see how much money the shipping is maybe $35 to $50 just for them to send the book to you. And I thought about getting a digital planner, but then I don't have anything to make holes. I don't have the, what do you call that thing? The hole punch to make the holes to put it in my planner. And I do have a finance planner thing that I got from, I think it was Filofax, anyway. And I was planning to use it in this book here, but I just feel like, why is it so small? Like, you can't really put too many pages in here, and it drives me nuts. So I took it out and I decided I'm not even gonna bother, but that's fine. So what I decided to do with this A5 binder is I'm gonna keep track of the 30,000 that I'm trying to save between now and the end of 2026. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to the end of 30K, because what I'm planning to do is when I get to a certain amount, if I still have debt, I'm going to be putting it towards my debt. So far I've completed one, yay. And I started the 100 envelope, because as you can see, I finished this one is in progress, and this is some of the money here, and it's in my, this is what it's going to be in my big cylinder jar. So whenever I finish, this is supposed to be in there. So what I'm planning to do is when I finish a challenge, move them to the back of the binder, and also take the money and put it in the cylinder, just to show that I'm done. So basically, when I did the calculations for, this is a set, it comes as a set. When I did the calculations, it was 28,000 something. So what I needed to do was add, so this one is probably going to be the one where I'm just putting random numbers, because it has to equal like 1,500. So aside from that, what I've been doing is, like on the 100 envelope challenge, whenever I have an amount, this is in the bank, it's not actually cash. So I have a BMO cashback credit card and a Neo cashback credit card, and this is what I've earned so far. And so what I'm planning to do with the cashback is just save it up, and then when it gets to a certain amount, pull it out and put it in the cylinder jar, or probably I'll wait till the challenge is complete. But I just want to be able to save any way I can. And thankfully, cashback is great, because this cashback, the BMO cashback card, actually allows you to put your cashback into an account, or put it back on the card, or use it for an investment. So I was like, no, I need my money. Run me my money. Understand? Every time I make a purchase, just give me my money. And that goes for the Neo card as well. So they're both World Elite cards, which means they have good insurance, all of that stuff. But my main goal was, I wanted to every purchase that I'm making, I want cash back. I don't care what it is. It could cost me $5. I want cash back. Whatever the cash back is, I want it. So that has been my goal for, since September, is to try and get this off to a good start. And I think I've done that. So as I said, a lot of those savings for this will come from my grocery, gas, and laundry budget, because it's not every week or every 2 weeks that I use all the money. So I will usually just transfer it into here. Or if I'm I try to cash flow my budget every month. So if I know I have a hair appointment or I have something going on, then I am going to make sure that I have the money somewhere before I start putting money away to save, right? So my daughter's appointment is this month. It's like a week from a week away. And I had saved up about $1,000 to put into this binder. And then I decided that I wanted to get her hair locked. So that cost is almost $1,000. So thank God I had the money. But also, I was thinking, if I don't lock her hair, then I'm going to spend time and money, washing and, doing all these things, braiding hair, I braid her hair sometimes, but my back it doesn't like, it doesn't like when I do that. So I decided, I think for now, just to alleviate one of the biggest issues I have, which is when you have girls, it's hard to deal with the hair and the clothes and the this and the that. So you know what, for me, locking my hair was the best decision I made, because I know when my appointment is coming up, I know how much it's going to cost, and it's great. I love being on a schedule, and I think putting her hair on a schedule as well will really save me a lot of money. So all this to say, I've cash flowed my budget. I have been religiously making sure that I'm not going over budget. And I think the main thing is I just didn't want to go into debt more. Anyway, one piece of news I have is that in December or early January, I will be receiving some sort of bonus. And I'm going to have to decide what I'm going to do with that bonus, because right now I have debt, and my debt is around, it is around 20,000 now, because I made some payments. It was at 21, now it's at 20. But I'm so over this debt. I don't even know what to tell you, but I saw something on the credit card app, thinking that I could get a 0% no transfer fee. And I called them yesterday, and they're like, "Oh no, it was a glitch, and unfortunately, we can't give you that." And because when I signed in yesterday, it said 3%. I said, "You guys are ridiculous. Like, this would have been so helpful to me, because then I wouldn't have to worry about this one here with the 3 point, even though it's not a big deal." One other thing I forgot to mention is that I do have a car payment, but I just treat that as a bill, because the interest rate is only 1.9%, and I don't, like, it's not a big deal. It's not killing me. But once I finish paying off this debt, my next plan is to significantly pay down my car, and I really want to get it paid off by next year. I don't see myself, paying into this car well into my 40s. Like, I don't understand why I would do that. So this 30,000 that I'm saving, I think on my car I still owe about less than 15. I pay about 5,400 a year, and I would, like, if I could find 15,000 somewhere, I would pay it. But the bonus that I'm getting is pretty much going to be paying towards this. I think it's going to be a good enough amount where I can eliminate most of this. So once I eliminate most of this, and whatever I save until December, put on this as well, based on that, then I'm going to aggressively keep saving. And then maybe around April, May, June, I'm going to see what I have, where I'm at, and hopefully I can start paying down my car. Or not even touch the 30K. Maybe I can, based on if my debt is gone, I can always just figure out a way in my budget to put an extra payment on my car, maybe 100, maybe 50, maybe 150. But essentially, I'm going to try and work it out where I can get it completed in 2026. Anyway, so that was just where I'm at, what I'm thinking. And, as I said, I've tried many budget planners, but I think for now, I'm just going to write everything down and try and figure it out as I go. And in 2026, I'm hoping to just do everything digitally, not have to write shit down. I'm tired of writing everything down and trying to see where every penny is going and stuff like that. So anyway, that was my October budget. I hope, I don't know, I hope you learned something, or anyway, cheer me on for my birthday. I was hoping not to spend the entire 1,100, but I will be going to Montreal, and they have good shopping there. And so I know for a fact I'm going to be spending this money. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And this ring I got for my birthday last year in St. Lucia. It's so beautiful. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.